Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy SB, he's a 3, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit new. I haven't, ironed out the kinks in this one. It's just an idea that I had. And that's, doing a little bit shorter videos and kind of compiling them all up into one longer video. So, for example, using this series right here that I'm doing right now is just going to be ranking Sonic Adventure. It's gonna be, we're gonna be ranking certain things of Sonic Adventure. The three parts I have here are the each character, their story and their gameplay, and that's what today's video is gonna be. And then we have their levels. Then I'm gonna rank the action Sonic levels. And then the bosses also. Sonic Adventure is a weird game compared to its predecessors and its descendants, It kind of breaks the mold of what a Sonic game is. You have these different play styles with each character. You have the normal Sonic levels, but it's in 3D now, and, it's not the boost gameplay, nor is it 2D Sonic gameplay. It's its own thing, I actually like the Adventure games. I much prefer Adventure 2. Adventure 1 is definitely, it's got its flaws. And we'll probably see that with each of these lists. But let's get started. There are 6 characters in this game. And I'm just gonna rank their gameplay styles and kind of story, maybe kind of gets mixed in there. And how the tiers is just gonna be S to F tier. So S being, the best, and F being bad. Let's get started with the F tier. He's a pretty, well, I would consider this kind of a big pile of shit. Also known as Big the Cat. I hate Big the Cat. I feel like with Game Grumps and Aaron Hansen, it kind of makes it seem like these are like really long, drawn out stages. They're really fucking not. They're really short, actually. But they're just kind of a pace breaker, and I wish these were more of a mini game. A side thing. Like in Sonic Frontiers, as much as Sonic Frontiers, at least with Sonic Frontiers, it's not like in the main fucking game. Although there is like the pinball shit. So is Sonic Frontiers really the way we wanna, the example we wanna set? No, but yeah, big stages is basically just fishing, and his story is what you would expect from a big, fat, fishing cat. Not very good. I like his design. That's all I really got. Froggy is annoying. I like. How do you make a stupid like little frog, adorable little frog character just stupid? How do you make that stupid? Well, he just runs off, and you gotta go catch him. But that's annoying. I don't like his stages. Next up, we got the D tier. This might be a little bit, I feel like there's gonna be some hot takes here. I'm gonna put Tails here. The Tails stages are basically just racing Sonic, skiing, and you also have the Sky Chase zones, which I'm not a big fan of the Sky Chase zones. I think they're rather annoying and very drawn out. I don't like the racing mechanic with Sonic. I think that's just annoying. Also, just a not well thought out gimmick. I would rather just, play with Tails, just play through a regular stage with the flying mechanic intended, Or what they did in Sonic Adventure 2, which I much prefer, is, have him in the mech and you just gun down a bunch of people. That's way more fun. yeah, here I don't like it. And yeah. C tier is Knuckles. Another, I think, hot take here. I like the Knuckles stages. I like the treasure hunting stages. But I feel like they're done a little bit better in 2, but I also do like them in this game. It's just that I think they're a little bit too easy, and then in 2, I think they are a little bit harder. A little bit too hard. And I wish there was a kind of a middle ground between these two, because I do like them. And you know, I do find his story a little more interesting than the other characters. I think Knuckles is a cool guy. He's a chill guy, and I love him in Adventure because he's just, you know, he's just fucking chill, bro. He's got a chill ass voice actor, and he's got chill levels that you can just have fun with. But they're not like what you would think of when you're thinking of Sonic Adventure, you know? So that's why he's in C tier. Next, I think is like the biggest fucking hot take we're gonna have this video. It's the B tier with Sonic himself. Yes, I put the Mr. Needle Mouse in B tier. You know, what it's named after. I like Sonic stages. I like them a lot. With him being like a majority of like Sonic Adventure, like his total like ratio to the other characters, I would say he's like 35% or like 45% of the game. He has good levels, but he like half of his levels I would say are also like bad, and either bad or boring. So that's why he's kind of in B tier, because I do like his levels. I like his gameplay. I just think that his level variety in this and level selection is just bad. And I just, there's other characters that I surprisingly like more to play with. And then for our A tier is A for Amy. Which, you know, again, Is it boiling in here? Are we like a little bunch of shrimp in here? Uncooked shrimp? Because, you know, Amy, a little bit more on the slower side, you know, it's got, you run from that, that Smash player. I always think of him as the fucking, that predator, that pedophile Smash player Zero. I always think of that. That's my connection to that like robot that chases you, is that he's the pedophile Smash player, you know? Because they're both called Zero, and they're pretty fun. I like the hammer that you have with Amy. I like using that, and you know, I just like running from pedophiles. I think that Amy stages are also like, I like Amy stages better because you have a fewer selection and they're good stages. You gotta play Twinkle Park, and its layout is better, and I don't know. I like the Amy stages. The layout is just better, and like again, it's just quality over quantity with Amy. Our S tier is E102 Gamma. I love his stages. It's just, you gun down a bunch of people, and, you know, are you mashing buttons for like the majority of this? Yes, but I love it. And his story is the best. I'm just gonna say it. His story is the best. His ending is, you know, just like sad. It's sad. It always makes me sad when I see that happen to Mr. Gamma. But yeah, I just again, quality over quantity with fewer levels. The bosses here are, you know, not like too like complex or anything, you know. There is a pretty good boss fight at the end though that I do enjoy. But you know, it's nothing. It's just quality, you know. It's you know, mash buttons, have a good time, and I love Gamma. So yeah, that's our quick little list here. Stay tuned because we will be talking about, you know, the action Sonic levels, the action stages, and we'll be ranking those. So stay tuned. Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy SB. He's a 3, and today is the second part of the ranking Sonic Adventure. And today we will be ranking the action levels, the action stages in Sonic Adventure. These are the Sonic playable levels where you play as Sonic. And they're iffy. I have certain opinions about these stages, but without further ado, let's get it. So starting with the F tier, we have Casinopolis. I just fucking, I don't really like any of, like, I have strong feelings about the pinball stages and the casino stages in Sonic games. I don't really like them. I think they're fucking annoying, and I just hate the pinball shit. Like the fucking, I remember there's like the Sonic CD boss, and God, it's just pinball as the boss fight, and I fucking hate it. There's one in Sonic Frontiers. There's all kinds of fucking casino levels, and I just hate them. This is no exception. I don't even like you just have to get like 400 rings, I believe, to play this, to beat this one. And like you're in the casino, and that's all you don't really get to explore it, and there's like no level there. You're just in a fucking casino, and you just play pinball, and it's annoying, and I just hate playing pinball. In my Sonic game, you know, I rather play the Sonic game than play pinball. I think you do maybe get to drop down in the sewer, and that's like alright, but like it's still like, it's not the casino, you know, it's just a fucking sewer level. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, F tier. I just don't like it. I don't like playing pinball, and you know. Up next is Lost World for D tier. This came out a little bit earlier, just a tad bit earlier than the actual game that was named also Lost World, of the, you know, same name. And just like it's pretty fucking mid. I do think it's kind of going for the more adventurous vibe, you know, kind of Indiana Jones, exploring these like mystical tomb fucking cavern place. But yeah, I think it's just annoying. It's really long, and there's a lot of puzzles and shit, and you know, it's more akin to the more labyrinthy stages of like the older Sonic games, which I'm not a big fan of. There are some parts that I do like. I do kind of like that part where you're in the water and you're going along this, I don't know if it's a snake or a dragon thing, but that's pretty cool. There's a part where you run from a boulder. That's also pretty cool. You know, there are some parts of the stage I do like, but I just think it's a little drawn out and too a little long for me. Next up in C tier is Ice Cap Zone. This one's more on the generic side and boring side rather than, you know, Lost World. It's just an alright level, you know, like I don't really have an urge to play it. It's like I feel like I would have better of time playing it than Lost World, but like I just don't feel anything towards it. It's just a generic Ice Zone. I don't remember if the music's good, but I think the music was kind of good on this one. More, I guess, atmospherical, you know. There is also, I think it's in this stage, where you like start skiing. That's pretty fun. That was a pretty fun part of the ice cap. But yeah, you do you hang on these like little icicles, and you kind of move around them. I think that was pretty fun. Next up is the final egg zone, which is also in C tier. Which is, of course, the final stage for Sonic. Again, kind of generic. I do think this one drags a little bit. You know, it doesn't have really anything grabbing like a lot of the other final Eggman stages. Like, Eggman Land is fucking cool. Like, yeah, it's a really long stage, but it's also fucking cool. You know, like, recently I played Sonic Advance. The final Eggman zone of that, you're fucking going to the moon. That's pretty cool, and that's like in the background. You know, there are better final stages. I would say even Sonic Forces has a better final stage kind of layout, atmosphere, you know, look to it. Which is, you know, like, write that down, because I don't say a lot of good things about Sonic Forces. But yeah, again, nothing of substance really to this, but, you know, is playable, you know. I'm not like fucking bored out of my mind, or just I really want the level to end with Final Egg. Up next in C tier is Sky Deck, and I think this one has potential. It just kind of fails in execution. I do like this stage, but I do think it's kind of buggy, and it's really, you know, how old Sonic Adventure is shows its age. Some of the you know, when you're going through the like little things that you grab on, the little columns or whatever. I'm trying to think of a word. The little pillars or whatever the fuck they're called. That you're going through. You're with the air is blowing you to the next one. You know, that's the controls are kind of wonky there, and it's kind of like, am I gonna fucking make it? It's kind of like a shot in the dark, you know? It's kind of like, you play with a blindfold, you're playing fucking Sky Deck, you're basically playing the same thing, because it's like, am I gonna fucking make it? I don't know. And then you get on like the main deck, the main fleet, fucking fleet, or whatever the fuck it's called. Do I know, my Air Force knowledge, or whatever fuck, battleships and fucking Eggman ships? Do I know the terminology? No. When you're on the fucking main deck, okay, you fucking, it's, again, more, you know, wonky shit. But, like, that's what kind of makes it so lovable. I do like the look of this stage. I think if it was made in, you know, maybe Sonic Adventure 2, or, like, you know, a future Sonic game, a more modern Sonic game, it would be way better, you know. I think it has a good shot. And, I mean, like, in Sonic Rush, there's kind of a similar level-ish. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that was a good one. Also, that was in 2D, so I guess that doesn't really fucking count. But, you know, same idea, you know. I think Sky Deck looks cool. It just, the level itself is kind of wonky. Up next in the B tier is Red Mountain, which I'm gonna start off. It has a banger killing track. You know, it sounds like old school hip hop, you know. Very good track. But you know, it's also pretty good. It's pretty fun to play around. I like when you're on the mountainous region, and you also kind of like go through this volcano-ish, lava-ish level. It's pretty cool. You know, it's really fun reaching those heights and just going around those platforms. You really feel the adventure there. And you know, it's not like too insane. It's you know, I think they could probably do a little bit more with this stage, but you know, it's a nice stage. Next up is Twinkle Park. You know, I do like this stage. I think it's kind of what Casinopolis wishes it could be. You know, it's fun going through like Disneyland, the amusement park. I like my amusement park levels.
And you know, it's level design is kind of fucking wonky also. Sonic Adventure is a fucking wonky game. The controls are
fucking weird.
And the game wants to
Also, I gotta mention,
of course is fucking played on the DX version, which you know is fucking god awful. So yeah, that's kind of like some of my reasoning towards that. I should really play the original, but like Sega fucked everything over with this stupid DX one being like the most accessible one. But yeah, you know, Twinkle Park looks amazing. It's got a fun little song to accompany it, and you know, nothing really. It doesn't do anything too insane with the level, but like you know, it looks fun. It's fun to go around. You know. Next up in the A tier is Emerald Coast.
and oh my god, this game starts off
So good. It gives you a glimpse of hope into like a phenomenal game, and then you're playing fucking mid. Emerald Coast has a great banging track, you know. Down, 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 down. And you know, the look of it is you're on this beach is way more. It's better than fucking going Green Hill again, and it's better than going through Green Hill for like the 7th time, the 700th time, the 7,000th time. You know, it's fun to go through a beach area. I like going through the beach area. There's fucking a killer whale fucking chasing you on the bridge. It's a great set piece, you know. That's a standout moment of not just this game, but like the Sonic series as a whole. It's a very standout moment that a lot of people remember. And even like in fucking Sonic 06, it gets in Sonic Generations 3DS when they remake the stage in 2D. So is it really a fucking remake? I'm trying. It probably gets remade into Sonic Frontiers, but I just can't fucking remember because every stage in that fucking game is Green Hill based. God, fucking the stages in Sonic Frontiers are fucking god awful. It's like they're the same level, but like it's just they look the fucking same. Oh my god. But yeah, I just like the beachy vibe of it. Next up in the S tier is Windy Valley. Great stage, phenomenal stage, great track as always. Just really fun to go through. The tornado section, of course, is pretty standout. Like I think you go through like a loading screen right before it. You know, it shows its age, but like it's still pretty good. I mean, I think that adds to its charm is that loading screen when you're going into the tornado section. I mean, the tornado section is just like phenomenal. I just love that part. I think it's great. I think they should like maybe remake it sometime. Maybe in Sonic Generations 2, or probably when or maybe even a Sonic Generations 3, maybe a Sonic Forces 2. And I just like the look of it because there's like mechanical shit going on, but like it's also just really mystical and whimsy, you know. It's just got like, you know, you have like this natural occurring-ish part where it's like grassy and, you know, but like there's also mechanical parts, and it really gets you wondering. And it sells that adventurous vibe, you know, and it really sells the fucking title of the game, you know. It's what I think of when I think of Sonic Adventure. I think of Windy Valley, I think of Emerald Coast, you know. But for our final pick, and in the S tier, is Speed Highway. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it got picked for Sonic Generations, the main one, the main version, the console version, not the 3DS version. It got picked for the main version, you know. It's got a banger track. It looks phenomenal. I like the nighttime city look. You're fucking running on buildings and shit, and you're just going through this fucking city. and you feel like you're doing illegal shit because you're fucking a hedgehog that goes fast. So you got no fucking license, no registration. You shouldn't be going that fucking fast on a building, Sonic. There's probably cops chasing you. There's fucking cops chasing you in Sonic Generations, I think. It's not the one that I immediately think of when I think of Sonic Adventure, but like, it's like the best stage. The bright lights are just enticing, and it's Sonic has so much aura in this stage, man. So yeah, that's all my picks, for the action levels, the action stages. I didn't do the other character stages because I don't really think you need to know my fucking opinion on any of all of those fucking stages. And I think the action stages are with the Sonic levels are the ones that matter the fucking most. Dude, do you fucking care on which Big of the Cat stage I like the most? Because I can't fucking remember a single one. I can't remember really any of the Tail stages. I can't remember the Knuckles ones either that much. But, again, I don't think you need to know. Sonic's the one that matters. You should sit tight though, because we got another part coming in this ranking the Sonic Adventure series. With the next part, we'll be ranking the boss fights in Sonic Adventure, which should be pretty fun. Yeah, so sit tight. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy SB3, and today we are going to be ranking the boss fights in Sonic Adventure. This will be the third and final part of ranking Sonic Adventure. And some things to note, I won't be going through like each fucking boss fight with like different characters. So like Chaos 4, for example, you fight as like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. No, I'm not ranking each fucking version of that fight. The only one is like with Chaos 6 with maybe Big. I think you have to fish in fucking Chaos 6 body, which is like, okay. And that segues us into the F tier. Big the Cat, Chaos 6. I fucking hate this fight. You just fish, and it's boring, okay? It's fucking terrible, okay? Is it really even a boss fight? Next up, we have in the F tier still is the Knuckles rival fight. And also kind of E102Y, or that's what I have in my notes. I don't know if that's what it's fucking called. We're just gonna, they all have like these weird fucking college fraternity fucking symbols, the Greek, I forgot their fucking name. The Greek symbols, the Greek alphabet shit. I call them the college fraternity shit. Oh my god. Yeah, they're kind of like these like little rival fight things, and you literally just homing attack into them like 3 times. They're pretty fucking boring. Nothing of substance.
And still in the F tier is Chaos Zero. Who's this big drip? It's iconic, but like
it's really just you homing attack into them like, I don't even fucking remember. I think it's like 3 or 5 times. The cutscene accompanying it is pretty good, where they're fucking shooting bullets into it. And I think that really sells it. Chaos is kind of a threat, they're just going through his body. Chaos is fucking cool, and his design is cool, but like, this first boss fight is pretty, bad. Not bad, but like, it's the first boss fight, it's gotta teach you things. Next up in the D tier is Chaos 4. I find this fight really I think it just goes on way too long. Like a lot of things in Sonic Adventure. It just goes on way too long, and it needs to fucking turn it down. And you also fight it 3 fucking times with 3 of the characters. It gets to a point. Okay? It looks cool. I like the set piece that you're on like lily pads and you jump through lily pads, but it's boring, and he takes way too long to get hit, okay? It's not as challenging, and like it just takes too long, okay? Next, still in the D tier, we have I just have this, all of the E101 fucking people that you fight. They're a little bit more than the rival kind of fights. You just, yeah, attack them. They're not, they're all kind of the same, and they kind of, you just fight them in Gamma Story, you know? So, you just press buttons, and they got like a different color palette swap, you know? Next up in the C tier is Chaos 2. You fight this as Knuckles. I think you only fight this as Knuckles, which does give it kind of, you know, the upper edge on Chaos 4. It's also a pretty interesting fight. You know, I find it more interesting than Chaos 4. I find it a little bit more challenging than Chaos 2. I mean, Chaos 4, fuck. God. You know, I think Chaos 2 is in the arena that you fight him in, and I think his design looks cooler than Chaos 4. He's fucking mogging the fuck out of Chaos 4, okay? I just like the arena that you fight him in, and he turns into a big water ball, and he's got big muscles and big hands, and punches you, and it's kind of like fitting that Knuckles is like the only one that fights him. And it's cool that Knuckles is the only one that fights him. Next up, we have the. I have this as the pink E101, which I think is a little bit bigger version of the E101 people that you fight. You know, he's pinko and he's bigger and it's more a circle arena. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's better than the other fights. You know, there's more happening to it. But, yeah. Pink E101. That's why I have it. Next up at C tier still, we got the Egg Hornet. Guess who's horny for the Egg Hornet? Not me. I think it's okay boss fight. You know, it's still in the beginning. I think you do fight it a couple different times. I think you fight it as Sonic and Tails. I think that's it. I'm not sure if you fight that as any other character. I think it's just Sonic and Tails. I could be wrong, though. I think he's got a pretty cool design. It kind of reminds me of the Sonic Unleashed thing. But, I mean, this one came first, so... Sonic Unleashed copying it? Yeah. Egg Hornet looks fucking cool. But, you know, it's pretty generic fight. But, you know, it's better than Chaos Zero. You just... And all the other ones where you just hit him fucking 3 times and there's no fight to it. He's not even putting up a challenge. This one kind of puts up a little bit of a challenge. A little resistance. Next up in the B tier is the Egg Walker. I won't be walking home tonight after him because he's gonna fuck the shit out of me or something. I think you fight this as a couple different characters. I think it's Tails. It might be just Tails that you fight as. But, you know, it's better than the Egg Hornet. It's got a little bit more resistance, as always. And, you know, it's a cool fight, you know? I like the set piece, the battle arena that you're fighting in. You know, I think it's in sort of Speed Highway-ish zone, Station Square-ish. I don't fucking know. You know, you just hit his legs to make him not walk, to make him fucking crippled. Next up in B tier is the Chaos 6 fight with Sonic and Knuckles, as opposed to Big, where it's just a fucking joke. This one actually is a cool fight, and it's where we kind of see actual fights that I can kind of remember, and, you know, put resistance on there, and are actually fun to fight. You hit these like little fucking things, and then Chaos 6 like sucks it up, and then that's how you hit it, and it's cool. Chaos 6 looks fucking weird, and I like it. It looks like a lab experiment gone fucking terribly wrong, and it's cool. I like the battle arena. You're like on Eggman's ship. It's cool. It's a cool fight, and it's cool that you get to fight as Sonic and Knuckles. Not cool that you have to fight as Big. Next up is the Smash Pedophile Zero. Again, pretty fun fight. I think you use it to use him with Amy to beat him into like these electric fields. Pretty cool. I like it. no, it's in B tier because it's not nothing too insane, but it's a cool fight. It's cool beating up pedophiles. Next up in the A tier is Perfect Chaos. Not so perfect, are we? Because it's iconic, okay? It's iconic fight. It's iconic. The supersonic part is fucking cool, okay? You know what's not cool? You know what's not cool? I just do think that this boss fight could be better. I think Sonic Generations actually kind of does it a little bit better. It does the fight better. It kind of makes it more of a stage that you go through. In Sonic Generations, this one's more of you kind of dodge obstacles and you beat it. I do think it's harder in this game, and it's more a boss fight in this game. But I also think it's also a little bit because Sonic Adventure controls are fucking awful, and it's just I think it has a little bit of everything with this. I think it is a cool fight though, and I think Perfect Chaos is fucking cool. It looks cool as fuck. Of course, the soundtrack to accompany this is banging. Crush 40 really fucking sells it here. Open your heart, everything's gonna be alright. It's a good song. And I just think there could be a little bit more for the fucking final boss fight of the game. I think my voice cracked a little bit. I think there could be a little bit more going on with this boss fight. You just hit him 6 times. Yeah, 3 times he switches the phase and you just hit him more. The soundtrack does get a little bit more intense, and I do like that part. But you just dodge obstacles and it's kind of like a race to Perfect Chaos to hit him. I think there could be more to it. It looks cool. Soundtrack's cool though. Next up in the S tier is EO. I'm not even gonna pronounce it. Whatever, Mark II. The black one that you fight at the end of Gamma's story. Pretty cool. I don't even fucking really remember this boss fight too much, but he looks cool. And I don't know, Gamma's stages are fucking fun to go through. And I think just the ending of Gamma is really fucking selling it here. It's kind of carrying, this guy to the S tier. He's kind of like a nepo baby, because he's just in Gamma's story. So I don't know. I just think of the ending of Gamma. It's really good, and this guy looks pretty cool. And I'm sure his boss fight's pretty cool too. I can't really fucking remember it because it's been fucking 5 years since I fucking played this game. Or it's been 4 years actually, since I last played this game. Next up at the S tier is the Egg Viper. I think I do remember this boss fight. It's hard, it's actually challenging, and I've died a little bit of times on this. I think I died 7 times to this guy. Because he's got it's got the wonky Sonic Adventure controls, but Eggman sounds fucking menacing in this one. He's I think this is the part where he's I'll turn you to mincemeat, you little hedgehog. He actually sounds threatening in this. I think this is one of the only times where Eggman has actually been a fucking threat. He's actually, it's one thing that I like about this game is that he's a threat in this game. With the whole fucking setting the God of Destruction on you. He's a threatening little egg guy. This boss fight looks cool. I like the battle arena. It's got hard attacks. You're kind of on a laser. It kind of reminds me of Sonic Rush-ish. It's kind of Sonic Rush boss fight, just in 3D. And I think that's kind of why I like it. I don't know. I just like the Sonic Rush ball, so I think reminds me of that. And also, its final destination move is probably the thing that fucking killed me the most because it's just fucking wonky. And yeah, most of the time I would fucking hate this boss fight. Like if it was in any other like game or scenario. But for whatever reason, I just find myself liking this one for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I like the Egg Viper. I think it's pretty cool. So that was my ranking of all of Sonic Adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down what you would rank each one of these things, and if you like my content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And there might be more content like this if you guys enjoy it that much. But yeah, I would really like to know what your opinions on these would be. You can even throw in your own rankings. Like you could rank which Sonic pubic hairs you like the most. Do you think Sonic has a big bush? You think he's bush camping? Or do you think Tails has him beat there? Or do you think Big the cat? You know, I think he's got a big bush. I think but Eggman's mustache. He seems like he's got a bigger bush than Big the cat. Or maybe I think Shadow has no pubic hair. Okay, I think Shadow has no pubic hair there. But I think we can all agree that fucking Vanilla the Rabbit, Cream's mother, has the biggest bush of all. And but Vector, her low key sneaky Link, has a. I think actually Vector's pretty bald headed. You know, he's a fucking crocodile. I don't think crocodiles don't have fucking pubic hair, because they be fucking eating people and shit on the down low. So yeah, comment down what you think which Sonic character has the most pubic hair, because I think it's either Eggman or Vanilla the Rabbit. And I don't know which one outbeats the Bush area, you know. Yeah, Bush did 9/11.